Good evening. I'd like to start by explaining the concept of intersectionality in simple terms. Intersectionality is the idea that various social identities such as race, gender, class, and sexuality intersect and combine to produce distinct forms of oppression and discrimination for individuals or groups. Coined by Kimberly Crenshaw in 1989, this concept is based on the belief that all forms of oppression are interconnected. After watching Dream On, it helped me understand the challenges the team faced, especially the black women athletes. Being on the USA Olympic team during the 1996 Olympics didn't exempt them from who they were or how talented they were. They faced barriers and discrimination both on and off the court. They were left to navigate several forms of oppression at the same time, such as racism, sexism, and homophobia. This deepened my understanding of how black women athletes had to deal with all of this and still expect to perform at the highest of levels. It also helped me to recognize the importance of first recognizing the issues and then identifying what steps are necessary to address them. Once this is done, we as a society can work towards more an inclusive and equitable sports industry for not only black women athletes, but for all athletes. Representation matters, and not just in the sports industry. It's important that little girls and boys see someone who looks like them. Examples of adversity, resilience, and determination are what I saw when I was watching Dream On. Following the USA Olympic women's basketball team during 1996 provides a profound exploration of the intersectionality experienced by black women athletes. As they competed on the world stage, they not only showcased their athletic prowess, but also grappled with the intersecting forces of racism, sexism, and potentially homophobia. Firstly, racism colored their experiences, both on and off the court. As black women athletes, they faced stereotypes and biases that undermined their abilities and achievements. Despite their undeniable talent and dedication, they often had to work twice as hard to prove themselves worthy of recognition and respect, battling against deeply ingrained prejudices in both the sports world and society at large. Secondly, sexism compounded the challenges they encountered. Women athletes have historically been subject to unequal treatment and limited opportunities compared to their male counterparts. The expectations placed on them both in terms of performance and behavior were often shaped by gender norms and stereotypes, further complicating their journey as athletes. Moreover, the intersectionality experienced by the team members may have also encompassed homophobia. The LGBTQ athletes, particularly those who are black women, often face discrimination and marginalization within sports environments, navigating their identities as both black and female athletes while potentially also being LGBTQ as yet another layer of complexity to their experiences, as they must contend with multiple forms of prejudice and exclusion. By examining the experiences of the USA Basketball Women's Olympics team ran through intersectional lens, we gain a deeper understanding of the intertwined nature of oppression and privilege as well. Recognizing these intersecting dynamics is essential for addressing the systematic barriers that hinder the success and well-being for all black women athletes and all women in general, and for working towards a more inclusive and equitable sports landscape. The success and well-being of black women athletes are impeded by a complex web of systematic barriers deeply ingrained within the sports world. These barriers, rooted in racism, sexism, and other forms of discrimination, create significant hurdles for black women seeking to excel in athletics. One of the primary barriers is limited access to resources. Many black communities, especially those in marginalized areas, lack the necessary sports facilities, coaching, and training, essentially for nurturing young talent. This deprivation of resources stifles the development of black women athletes and restricts their opportunities to compete at the highest of levels. Moreover, black women athletes face pervasive stereotypes and biases that undermine their abilities and potential as well. These harmful stereotypes perpetrated by media, coaches, and fellow athletes result in unfair treatment, lower expectations, and diminished opportunities for advancement and opportunity to get better every single day. Additionally, the unequal distribution of funding and support further marginalizes black women athletes and black athletes in general. With resources disproportionately allocated to men's sports for predominantly white teams. Furthermore, the underrepresentation of black women in coaching, administrative, and leadership roles within sports organizations exacerbates systematic biases and inhibits the implementation of inclusive policies and practices as well. This lack of representation at decision-making levels perpetuates a cycle of inequality and exclusion within the sports industry and the sports world. Addressing these systematic barriers requires a comprehensive approach that challenges institutionalized inequalities, promotes diversity and inclusion innovatives, and provides targeted support and resources for Black women athletes. By dismantling these barriers, we can create a more equitable and inclusive sports landscape where all athletes, regardless of race or gender, have the opportunity to thrive and succeed as one.